right, welcome back everybody. Today we are covering Trias. I covered this about a month ago, and since then we have seen some upside, but now we're actually on the verge of a even larger breakout. So I want to get this video out as quickly as possible. We're going to cover why we're on the verge of a breakout and then where we're headed. So let's dive right in. Right here we have the 4-hour chart, and the first thing I want to note is we're seeing another one of these classic chart patterns, which we call a cup and handle. We see it forming right here. 9 times out of 10, this is a bullish indicator. It's not a guarantee, but something to keep in mind as we move through the video. We've seen this form a couple times on Trias, and basically each time we have seen a breakout to the upside. So want to point that out as my first point. Excuse me. The next part I want to talk about here is where we are with the moving averages. So we have the 200, 150 day up on the board. And I want you guys to pay attention to this spot right here. So we see the 50-day crossing both the 100 and 200 day convincingly, meaning this is happening for multiple days, basically an entire week. We've been above the 200 and 100. So the 50 has been above both of those for about a week. And looking back, the last time we saw this pattern kind of replaying itself, if we go back here, we saw this almost exact scenario back in April. So we saw a cross up here, here, and then mirroring that, we see a cross right here, and then right here as well. And so what I want to point out, which is, very, very key here in terms of understanding the past, chart action, and comparing that to what we're going to see, right here, I want you to notice that this is about a 2.8x increase, from about 1.5, 1.12 up to just under $6. So keep in mind this is a 2.8x. Ooh, excuse my drawing. 2.8x here. And then that is followed by almost an 8x, actually more than an 8x even, all the way from, about a little under $4, all the way up to around 32. So very important to keep in mind that this right here was an 8x. But now if we look at this as well, we're gonna notice something really, really cool. So the first time the 50-day breaks above the 200 and 100-day moving average right here. This is the second most recent time we've done this. And this is going to be in direct comparison to this time, which was the 2.8x. And if we look at where we went right after we crossed those 200 and 100-day moving averages, we actually almost exactly 2.8x from roughly 3.8 to just above $8. So this is also a 2.8x, and it mirrors exactly what we were expecting to see if we look at the past of the chart. So now moving over here, as you can see, this is starting to get pretty clear what we're looking for here, right? So we saw these both 2.8x, and then now if we look to our next time we crossed, we're really looking for a 8x here, hopefully, if we're going to replay the scenario. But right now we're at about a 1 point something, 1.5x, 1x, maybe not even, actually no, just shy, because we were at $11. So more of like a 75% increase, and we're looking for 800%. So if we want to go off of what we've seen in the past, what we've seen the chart do before, I think a realistic long-term price prediction, we'd probably be looking at around, $64, 64 to $80, based on, this 8xing. If we see that happen, somewhere between 60 and $80, 65, $85 would be pretty reasonable. But I want to break that down a little more, because obviously we're not going to shoot right to 60 or $80. I mean, I would love that. My wallet would thank me, but that's probably not going to happen. So let's break down what might be happening here in the near term. So obviously we've had a great week. We're coming off the bullish cup and handle chart pattern, but now I kind of just want to touch on briefly what we could be looking at here short term. So first of all, want to point out that it is key that we did not fall back to this support. We actually established a new support, and you see that consistently happening up the chart. And that is so good to see. If we're consistently forming higher highs, higher lows, higher resistance, higher support, that is a very, very strong indicator that the chart is in good strength and good health. And so it's key just to point out that we didn't fall back to this previous support at around $8. We actually established a new one just under $9. That was huge. I'm sure a lot of you folks were watching this over the weekend, but that was a big day on the 13th that we did that. On the 13th that we did that. So that's important to note. Now that we're headed back to the upside, our next key level, I mean, realistically, is going to be this 11.3 level right here. So we're gonna have to break through that. That was kind of our last major resistance point. And once we break that, we are looking to go up towards $14. That would be our next target. And I would suspect that we kind of bounce around here. We'll probably establish resistance around 17.5 for a little bit. And then we'll make a move higher. And then after that, our next target's gonna be between 20 and $22. Hopefully we see something like that in the next few weeks to a month. But then again, long term, if we 8x, from the 6.6, 6.5 level, we're looking at something between 70 and $85, which would be great. And I think that Trias has a lot of long-term potential, low overall supply, low market cap, only 15 million. If you're going to compare this to QNT, we'd be up around $760. But right now, I really do think that long term, I think we're looking at something between 70 and $80. And by long term, I mean end of the bull cycle, right? Obviously there are a lot of other factors at play here. It'd be great to get 70 and 80, 70 to $80 at the end of this bull run. That's more of a conservative estimate. And then long term, I mean, if Trias continues to produce, the mainnet launch this Q4 goes smoothly, we could see some major moves. Obviously, there are some crazy predictions out there, like $1,000. Not out of the question if we keep going the way we are going. So, key points from the video. We are at a critical point here. We just established a cup and handle, as we pointed out in the beginning of the video. We crossed the 50-day crossed the 200 and 100-day moving averages for the second time within the last month. And the last time that happened, we 8x'd from the previous resistance. So that is kind of where that prediction's coming from and kind of what I'm seeing. Thank you guys for watching. That's all I have today. I want to get this out to you. Hope that we can help you make some money. And good luck to everyone out there. If you got value out of the video, would love if you dropped a like, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.